Was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma when I was in 5th grade and she was in 8th grade. They originally gave her 60 days to live, and then she enrolled in a clinical trial, and I'm happy to report she is 47, 2 kids, and thriving. Unfortunately, we were impacted by childhood cancer again in 2006 when my son Mason was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 3. Unfortunately, Mason did not survive. He fought for 15 months. He was a vibrant boy who loved soccer and wanted to be just like his big brother and wear soccer jerseys and just live his life. And unfortunately, cancer took that from him. And what was so frustrating for me was that my son and my sister could talk about the same drugs. They could talk about the impact of the same drugs, and they were diagnosed 30 years apart. The majority of the medicines that children are given are adult medicines. There's only been 3 medicines that have specifically been designed for pediatric cancer in the last 30 years. Only 3. And that's the challenge. They're not little adults. They're given drugs that are adult drugs that have significant impact on growing bodies. 2/3 of children that do survive have some sort of life-threatening illness or impact based on their treatments. One of the interesting focuses of St. Baldrick's is really enhancing new research and new scientists, and emboldening those new scientists to be able to start their careers and dedicate their careers to pediatric cancer in a landscape that's kind of difficult for them to build their career on. And so we are very focused on enhancing the opportunities for young scholars and young scientists to fall in love with making a difference for kids with cancer. St. Baldrick's is set up as a peer-to-peer fundraising platform. It's one person who says, I want to make a difference in childhood cancer, so I'm going to start my own event. It's not St. Baldrick's driven, it's community driven. And I think that's the difference. We don't hold our events, it's the community people who care about childhood cancer that run those events. What we do is we support the structure to make that happen. We have coaches that work with individuals who want to start an event, and then we help them and we give them all of the tools to be able to have an event, and then we're able to take that money and make the impact on childhood cancer.
Fun day. There's always a lot of build-up right when you get up there, and this year was an added bonus. I let the beard go a little bit longer so I could try and make some extra money for the charity, so that worked out well. But all in all, it was just a fun day, and I think the shaving of the heads and the solidarity of the whole thing just brings it all together, and you're meeting people that you wouldn't normally meet on a regular basis in your day-to-day life, so it's fun. It's fun to know that you're helping out.
The croak men, me, my brother, and my dad were at about 8,500 raised so far, and Brandon kept announcing that, like, oh, they were almost at 10,000. And I guess my mom announced that she would shave her head if the croaks went over 10,000, and I was shocked. I was like, what? And so on the spot, somebody donated 500, somebody else donated 300, somebody else donated. My mom raised over $2,000 within half an hour, and we sat down together and we shaved our heads. We'd raised over $10,000, and it was absolutely amazing. My mom completely rocks the look, and she stole the show that day. It was an amazing feeling. It was just so much pride. It was awesome.
My thought was just that we would get Ben as a local guy and somebody that people know as the coach of DC United to be involved, and just, you know, it would pump things up a little bit. DC United got behind it in force, which was awesome. It really did add another layer to the event. It just kind of probably took us from helped take us from a $25,000 event to a $35,000 event, which is awesome. It's a great partnership.
And yes, it's fun, but it is very serious. And you have a lot of grateful families out there that really appreciate that the community is rallying around them.